going to make sure that what you say is solid, at least makes sense fundamentally. So it's going to make you a better coach. The other thing, and here's, if you're considering as a coach that's listening to this, like, should I start a podcast about anything? I don't care if it's the best way to adjust a carburetor, right? I don't care if it's the best way to mow your grass. Whatever your thing is, should you start a podcast? The answer is overwhelmingly yes. And here's how it was put to me and why I continue doing it. And would you like to think about your grandparents or maybe your great grandparents, right? A lot of us right now, our grandparents were kind of boomers, so they lived through, or they came about because of World War II or served in World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, stuff like that. But that's who we still kind of consider as our heroes, right? As that generation. How cool would it be if you could just get on the internet and listen to your grandfather tell stories for an hour at a time? Learn who they really are. I've got pictures of my great grandparents, my great great grandparents. I don't really know who they were as humans. I know of a couple pictures where they may have been forced to take a picture with their family, or maybe they actually loved their family. I don't know. It's just a picture in time. But if I could log on the internet and listen to my great great grandparents talk about their hobbies, talk about how they made the best moonshine ever because prohibition kept them from having a drink, or maybe it was their days of plowing fields by horse. Maybe it was, the way that they hunted back then, wearing stinking flannel, right? Nowadays, we're all into this technical camouflage gear. Whatever their hobbies were, how cool would it be to just go listen to them talk about it for an hour at a time and learn who they were as humans? So that's why I keep with it, and that's why I always tell everyone, do it. I have a 5-year-old that's in there giggling. You've probably heard him a couple times. I have a 2-year-old. My 5-year-old understands this is work. He doesn't understand what I do. He's just learning who I am as a human and as a man, right? He's gotta get into that awakening age of, like, I understand the world. My 2-year-old has no idea
I
what's
also
going
have a
on.
2-year-old. Yeah,
He's
100%.
right, he's, like, riding his little
Yeah.
boogie board bike. We got him a balance bike, and he wants to go jump in the bounce house, and he wants to go feed the animals because his life is in these little bitty chunks of life. But someday they'll be able to log onto the internet and listen to dad for an hour at a time for 3 to 20 years, however long I am doing this, talk about what literally made him happy on earth as a job, and that is football. And then like we did do a little bit of podcasting for bourbon. I'm a coffee snob, a beer snob, and a bourbon snob, and so he can go listen to what did dad actually think about beer, and what did he think about the goats and raising a garden. What's some key things I can take away from having a healthy garden this year? What's his favorite pickle recipe? Or these are all things that he can go back and learn. Both of them can go back and learn, and my great grandkids can go back and learn. So if you're thinking about getting online and teaching anything, I don't care what to do it, and your ancestors will thank you later.
I've never, like, had it put to me that way, and that might be the best answer you've had. You've had a lot of good answers today. Like, that might be the one that I'm like, "Whoa, that's, like, hitting me deep." You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've never really thought about it like that, and that's really awesome.